Hello and welcome to another update video about Polygon MATIC. So MATIC dropped out of this ascending wedge yesterday, or today actually dropped. Yesterday we talked about it though, and I mentioned to you we're getting here really close to resistance. Yeah, this key resistance at 130. On top of that, we were heading into the apex of that wedge. As you know, a wedge is usually considered a rather bearish pattern or bearish setup, and yesterday in the video we didn't have any signal that the trend was breaking, but we talked about it's gonna get interesting now because we are heading into the apex and pushing against highly relevant resistance. So for now we are heading down, so we have a potential local low in place. That's of course too early to confirm because all we've seen now is basically a few red candles. What is interesting and important to confirm now, or what we need for confirmation, is a first retracement and a move to the upside. If that is going to be a lower high, yeah, then we have a good case here for a possible 1-2 setup, which would send it further down, and then as soon as we break the last low, would be a further confirmation that it's gonna go down, and we might be, we might be in this 1-2 setup here, which would be the bullish count. Explained that yesterday in the video. A 1-2 setup where the key support will be between 86.2 cents and $1.01. If we get there, that will be for me also an interesting area to start to scale into MATIC again. And even if it might not be the primary scenario, it depends on what it does structurally, also what Bitcoin does, it's too early to say. But if we get here, we have a clearly defined support area, which is the 78.6 retracement. And if it drops below 86.2 though, it will make it much more likely that we're also going to lose the 74.6 cent level, and then it could send it down to that long-term support area. So again, there are two scenarios. There's either the scenario the wave 2 finished here, so we had here this 1-2 setup, or we are going to have here a 1-2 setup and the wave 2 will end down there. And it depends on how this move is now playing out, because in the second scenario I just showed you, 1-2, we have a very long corrective pattern here: A wave, large B wave, and C wave down. So you can see how these sometimes extend in a bear market, right? And in the first scenario, 1-2, we actually had A, B, and possibly C here. Other interpretations are possible, but that's sort of how I see it. This doesn't mean we shouldn't pay attention to the bullish count. By all means, it's performed really well recently, and it did hold key support levels. Is the last one here, the last key relevant support was the 91 cent level, which it did hold, and as a result rallied over 30%. And yeah, now all it is, now we have a possible local top in place. It's a bit too early to confirm that. You can normally expect that prices don't really break through a resistance in the first attempt, especially not after such a long rally. So at least we get here some kind of a retracement. Now we need to watch how low are we going to move. I mean, next relevant support is certainly the 159 level. I'd be watching that because this is a previous swing low here, and its Fib support, the 23.6 support level. Yeah, so Fib level. So it's the first one. Then we've got quite a relevant one, and this will be the 38.2 Fib level at 108. And then we're heading into the larger support area. So what typically typically happens is that obviously a wave 2 correction, or any correction, consists obviously of a series of waves. So if it's a wave 2, you would probably have an ABC correction. So the A wave, the B wave, and the C wave. Depending on how deep the correction will be, the A wave would normally react either to the 23.6 Fib or the 38.2. So I'm going to watch that. These are the two levels where we should at least see some kind of a reaction. Ideally at the 108 level, then a B level, B wave, and then the C wave. Depending on how the A wave is coming down, if it's going to be a 3-wave move or a 5-wave move, we can make a case how strong will the B wave actually be and unfold. So that's sort of where we are here with Polygon MATIC. It's interesting that it starts to possibly turn over, roll over, but it's too early to confirm. Because we haven't even made a lower low, and we haven't even seen a first retracement with a lower high. That's sort of what we see. All we see at the moment is, that's what we need to see. All we see at the moment is just a few red candles. So it's too early to say that we really had a local top in place. But I guess today will show us more, and this is the next interesting setup. I mean, we have even a possible trade setup here at the 38.2 FIB, because depending on how this is now going to unfold, and again, it's a bit too early to say, but if it comes down lower, we should see some kind of a reaction to the 38.2 FIB level anyway. But I'll keep you updated. Looking at the indicators here on the 4-hour chart, we have started to turn down today. In yesterday's video, we already talked about this bearish divergence which had developed here, which is always a warning that a drop might be coming. We saw that on the 8-hour chart as well. Here we might be getting a bearish crossover as well. And on the daily chart, not yet. So here we don't have a bearish crossover. That is something that we need to see going forward, right? But yeah, that's sort of where we are with MATIC. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.